Hey everyone, welcome back to the deep dive. We're going to be looking at something today. It's pretty crucial to the whole scientific process, right? It's peer review and how it needs to keep up, stay reliable and efficient with just the sheer volume of research that's out there these days, just exploding.
And it's something we're really dedicated to here at Prophy, making sure those scientific findings are solid,
Yeah,
and helping speed up those discoveries as much as we can.
that's right. And that's precisely why we've been putting so much energy into figuring out how to, well, kind of evolve that peer review process, right? Take it to the next level.
Yeah, yeah. And this deep dive is, I think it's going to be really interesting, especially for us here at Prophy. You see, our CEO, Oleg Rachesky, he just put out this article, really insightful. It's called AI in Peer Review, Transforming Scientific Publishing.
Right, right. And it really lays it all out, like how AI can really tackle those bottlenecks, the ones that are kind of baked into the old school ways of doing things, the manual processes.
For sure. So for everyone listening, think of this as like a crash course, okay? We're going to be looking at how AI, especially the kind of stuff, the innovations that we're developing here at Prophy, can create a faster, more diverse, and let's be honest, a much more reliable system for validating scientific research.
Exactly. And our whole mission really is to give the scientific community those tools that, keep those standards high and get that knowledge out there as quickly as possible.
Okay, so let's kick things off by looking at the core problem. The massive, and I mean massive, growth in research output. I mean, on the one hand, it's amazing, right? A real engine for progress.
Yeah.
But those manual steps in peer review, they're really struggling to keep pace.
Okay, so let's break this down a little. Imagine you're a journal editor, right? You're drowning in a sea of submissions. And then on top of that, you're spending hours, countless hours, on tasks that are, they're basically admin work, right? Identifying potential reviewers, making sure there are no conflicts of interest, double-checking their credentials, all while this flood of submissions just keeps coming.
Right, and you can see how this quickly creates a massive bottleneck.
It's like trying to run a marathon in flip-flops.
Yeah, exactly. And for you, our listener, someone who wants to stay informed, up to date, without getting buried, this means that those critical research findings, the important stuff, it can take so much longer to get vetted and then finally published, available to the public.
Right. It's a scaling problem, like Oleg pointed out in his article.
That exponential growth, it's just putting so much pressure on those traditional methods.
Okay, so how does AI come into all of this? How does it help us here at Prophy? And really, how does it help the whole scientific community? What solutions are we talking about?
Well, this is where things get exciting. AI offers some really, really powerful tools, especially when it comes to identifying the best reviewers, and fast.
Right, like our referee finder.
Exactly, like Prophy's Referee Finder. So think about it. This tool can actually analyze the content of a research paper, like really get into the meaning, the key concepts, even the specific methods they used. Then it compares all that to our database, and we're talking a database with over 174 million scientific articles.
Whoa, okay, so it's not just keywords, it's like understanding the paper.
Right. And it can pinpoint those researchers whose work really demonstrates they have the expertise you need for that specific manuscript.
That changes everything. It's way more efficient, objective, right? It's not just about who you know, it's about who actually knows their stuff.
And for you listening, the benefit is clear. Research gets validated faster, which means you get access to reliable, validated knowledge quicker. Think about how fast things are moving these days. Staying current, that speed is everything.
Absolutely, and I think another piece of this is conflict of interest. That's essential to keeping the review process fair, unbiased. How can AI help with that?
It all comes down to transparency and thoroughness, which is something, that's absolutely crucial to maintaining credibility in scientific publishing. Our AI systems are built to spot relationships between researchers. They can analyze co-authorship networks, so who's published with who, as well as institutional affiliations.
So it's not just knowing someone or working at the same place.
Right. It's about systematically identifying anything that could, even subtly influence how objective a reviewer might be. And that's something that might not be immediately obvious, if you're just doing manual checks.
Right. It's about digging deeper, connecting those dots.
And AI also gives us a chance to really boost diversity in the reviewer pool, which is something we're really passionate about at Prophy's.
Yeah, tell me more about that, about the diversity aspect. Because we know that the more diverse those perspectives are, the stronger and more rigorous that scientific evaluation is going to be.
100%. The old way of choosing reviewers, well, it could sometimes, even unintentionally, lead to a lack of diversity. You end up with the same, established experts getting called on over and over. Our tools can help editors really expand that search, find those highly qualified reviewers from all sorts of backgrounds, different demographics, different career stages, different parts of the world even.
It's about getting a broader range of input, right? Looking beyond those usual suspects, getting a richer, more representative group of experts involved.
And Prophy systems, they give editors the ability to fine-tune those AI suggestions too.
Right, so it's not just about the AI saying, here's your reviewer. It's giving the editor more information to make the best choice.
Exactly. It gives options, it gives data, but the editor's the one in control, still making the final call.
So it really feels like AI is here to empower editors, to be that super helpful assistant, not to replace them, right?
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
And just like Oleg emphasized in his article, and just like Laura Dormer from Beck Harris Publishing has said too, human expertise, it's still absolutely essential, the AI. It provides the data, those connections, the options. But the editor, they have that deep understanding of the field, the research community, the context of the manuscript. That's what guarantees you're getting the right reviewers and that you're maintaining those high standards of, well, scientific integrity.
It's that blend of AI efficiency with the human touch, the nuanced judgment. That's what we believe is the future of peer review.
We're not trying to replace humans. We're trying to give them the tools they need to do their best work.
Especially when we're talking about something as important as, maintaining that trust in science.
For sure. And when you put it all together, the benefits are clear. We're talking about a lot of time saved, right?
Sure.
Throughout the entire process. And because our AI is so good at picking out relevant reviewers, you get higher acceptance rates, which speeds things up even more. We're seeing more diversity in reviewers too. And maybe most importantly, editors get to step back from all that tedious admin stuff and focus on what matters, the science itself.
It's about making the whole publishing ecosystem more efficient and ultimately more trustworthy.
Absolutely. And the Prophy Referee Finder, that's the perfect example, right? It's not just a concept. It's a real tool, something that's actively helping publishers right now, streamlining those editorial workflows.
It's using that huge database, right, to create these detailed profiles of potential reviewers and then ranks them based on how relevant their past publications are to the manuscript at hand. And it does that conflict of interest check too, right?
Yep.
It's all built in. Editors still have that control, that ability to customize, but the AI does the heavy lifting. So you can quickly pinpoint the leading experts, even in super niche or brand new areas of research.
So looking ahead, where do you see AI going in scientific publishing? It feels like we're just getting started, doesn't it?
It does. And the possibilities, they're huge. We might even see AI taking on a bigger role in pre-screening submissions, doing a quick quality check, looking at the scope, things like that.
Kind of like an initial filter.
Exactly, yeah. And there's the potential for AI-powered summaries of reviewer feedback, which could really help to, condense those comments, find the common threads, highlight where reviewers agree or disagree, and that would be helpful for authors and editors both.
Streamlining that revision process, making things smoother for everyone.
Totally. And you could also imagine predictive analytics being used for forecast what's coming next in research, identifying those emerging areas and optimizing the whole editorial process even more.
So AI could be telling us what the next big thing is going to be. Potentially, yeah. And of course, it could also help us get even better at spotting potential misconduct or problems with methodology.
Right, so AI is like this multi-tool helping us in so many different ways.
It is. But the core principle, the one that guides everything we do at Prophy, well, it stays the same. These advancements, they should be enhancing human judgment, not trying to replace it. That's so important for maintaining the integrity of the whole peer review process.
Right, AI can't do it alone. It's that collaboration that matters.
Exactly, and that's what Prophy is all about. Building a more robust, efficient, and fair system for everyone, for the global scientific community. It's about moving knowledge forward and doing it the right way.
So for everyone listening, the key takeaway is that AI has this incredible potential to improve peer review in so many ways, make it more efficient, more effective, and fairer. At the end of the day, that's about protecting the credibility of science itself.
And we, as Prophy, are totally committed to this mission. We're constantly developing, refining our tools, like our referee finder. That shows just how dedicated we are to supporting publishers and research institutions, especially as they navigate this really rapidly changing landscape.
So here's a final thought for you all to consider. As AI keeps evolving, right, changing the world of scientific publishing, what other possibilities are there? What haven't we even thought of yet? What new ways will we find to ensure research is trustworthy and to get those groundbreaking findings out there faster? It's an exciting time, and at Prophy, we're thrilled to be right at the forefront.
And if anyone out there is interested in learning more about how Prophy's tools can help you, streamline your work, make your peer review process more efficient and robust, reach out to us. We'd love to chat, talk about your needs, and how we can help.
We'll be back next week with another deep dive into the world of scientific publishing. Until then, keep asking those great questions.
See you next time.
Bye, everyone.